So I have a bit of a problem. I have way too many games in my backlog. Just way too many. For example, on Steam I separate my games into finished, not finished, and unplayed. To my dismay, the unplayed section takes up over half of the entire list. Half of my library, more than half, is unplayed, and I need to do something about that. So, I'm going to start a new video series where I'm just going to go over games very briefly. The rules are I have to play the game for at least 15 minutes. I don't have to like it. I don't even have to get it. I just have to play it. And then I'm going to tell you what I think of all the games I tried in a blitzkrieg lightning round style, and I had a pretty weird idea for a title.
Oh my god, Becky, look at that backlog. It is so big.
Baby got Backlog. Eight-Bit Boy. This game is a side-scrolling platformer where you can run, jump on enemies, and throw fireballs, and I'm desperately trying not to call this a blatant Mario clone, but really I call it how I see it. The graphics are colorful and the controls are okay, but one of the best parts of the early Mario games is all the hidden secrets. And 8-Bit Boy is festooned with them. You'll literally be tripping over secrets as you traverse the levels. Will I play this one again? Maybe. Next! Alter Ego. Point-and-click adventure game goodness. I like the atmosphere, and the characters are interesting and fairly well acted so far. The game description promised mystery and murder, though I haven't found much of either in the first 15 minutes. Though I didn't get stuck, I wish the game had a hint system like Pandora Directive, but it does allow you to highlight all the hotspots in a room whenever you want, so that's a plus. I'm pretty sure I'll be playing this again. Next! Ampu-Tea. God, this game has the dumb. Attempting to capitalize on the success of Surgeon Simulator 2013, Ampu-Tea fails to capture the fun or the charm of that game. You control a robotic hand, using different keys on the keyboard to control each finger as you attempt to make and serve tea. The only fun I had with this during my 15 minutes with it was when I said fuck it and knocked everything off the table. I will not be playing this again, it's not worth your time or your money. Next! Beatbuddy, Tale of the Guardians. My fellow retro gamers, do you remember those underwater levels that you hated in just about every game ever? This is like an entire game of that, but for what it's worth, I didn't hate this. The premise is unique, and I really enjoy how the different elements and obstacles form the music, and the music is great. But the story and gameplay just didn't really hook me at all. It's not a bad game, I just can't get into it for some reason. I probably won't play this again. Next! Been There, Done That. This game seeks to take the piss out of old school adventure games, and so far it's done so brilliantly. Been There, Done That is about a couple of British roommates who go on wacky adventures. The devs are clearly amateurs. Just look at this horrendously janky walking animation if you don't believe me. And the puzzles are nothing special so far, but where this game shines is in its writing, which is hilarious. The writing alone makes me want to play this again, but it's not anywhere near the top of my list. Next! Beyond Divinity. This is the sequel to the asininely named Divine Divinity. This is a Diablo-style point-and-click RPG, but interestingly, you control two characters instead of one. And the story is pretty unique as well. It's just a shame they got bargain basement voice actors.
What are you doing outside your cell, prisoners? Do you really think you can leave this citadel? You're absolutely right. You will leave from here. Feet first.
I'll be honest, Diablo clones have never really been my thing, but if you enjoy them, Beyond Divinity seems to be one of the good ones. I'll probably give it a pass myself, though. Next! Bionic Dues. I didn't know what to think about this one going into it. It's made by Arson Games, and they seem to focus on strategy, which is my least favorite genre. but some titles like A Valley Without Wind 1 and 2 are alright. Fortunately, Bionic Dues is on the light end of the strategy side. It's something of a turn-based roguelike featuring mechs that you can upgrade with loot that drops from kills or chests. And I was actually enjoying myself, so thumbs up. Still, I can only say that I might play this again. Next, Blades of Time. Most of these games were included in cheap bundles that I picked up here and there, and I don't know about you, but when I buy a bundle, I'm always hoping that one of the games that looks crappy will surprise me. Blades of Time is that game. Looking at it, I was expecting a cheap God of War knockoff with horrible combat and controls, terrible characterizations, and a lousy plot, but I got the complete opposite. The combat was smooth, the controls are tight, the plot is intriguing, and the main character is charming and fun despite having a slight case of exposition syndrome.
I only know that the legendary treasure is sure to be hidden somewhere on this island. But there are no maps or descriptions available. It's not really surprising. The Guild is the most secretive organization in the whole world.
I had a blast playing this. Not only do I plan on playing this again, but it's found itself at the top of my list all of a sudden. Anyway, next. Bob Came in Pieces. This is a physics puzzler in 2.5D, where you fly a rocket ship that can be changed or configured in any way you want in order to solve puzzles or get to new areas. It's cute, colorful, and clever, but like Beatbuddy before it, this didn't really hook me. But like Beatbuddy, this seems like it would be an outstanding game for children. Probably not playing this again. Next. The Book of Unwritten Tales. King Art is behind this game, and they made The Raven, which was a pretty good point-and-click adventure game with plenty of character and charm. So my hopes were pretty high that this would similarly be a solid adventure title, and guess what? They did not let me down. It's got a rather unique story and a quirky sense of humor, the same levels of charm and flavor that The Raven has, and I was pretty happy with it. I'll definitely be playing this again, but I couldn't tell you when. Catch you next time!